Okay, I know what you guys are thinking. John, I thought this was an art and comics channel. What is this music stuff? Well, to answer your question, I felt like doing something a little bit different, and I've been in a bit of a rut when it comes to video making, so I thought trying to branch out a little bit might shake the cobwebs off, I guess you could say. And, yeah, I don't know, I just wanted to talk about some different stuff on the channel. If you hate it, hey, one and done, alright? Don't have to watch it, alright? If you want to just jump right into the collection, I'll put a timestamp or I'll use chapters. Yeah, I've recently been picking up a ton of CDs because CDs are awesome. The thing is, the music streaming and all that stuff, it's cool. I like it. You know, I have a Spotify account and everything, but I like to have the physical product in my hand, and also the audio quality is just objectively better on CDs. Like, that's just a fact. So, enough preamble. You clicked on the video, you saw what it said. You were checking out my channel for the first time, maybe. But let's just get right into it. So we're going to start off with the A's. I have a lot of A bands and artists here. It's mostly going to be metal stuff. There's some other stuff in there. But we're starting off with Abhamine here. This is Proselyte Parasite Plague. Yeah, got this one, and I got Demonize, Destroy, Delete. These guys are kind of like I guess, blackened death metal band. A little bit more on the death side than the black side, but I do like the design of these album covers with these really disgusting black and white, like, amoebas or whatever the hell they're drawing here. It looks cool. But, yeah, the music, it's kind of like straight up blackened death metal or whatever. Yeah, it's good stuff. They have another one that I'm missing. It's an EP, I think. Larvae, Awful, something. But, yeah, you know, once in a while, just throw that on. Next up, we got Abigail Williams, In the Absence of Light, one of the best black metal albums in my collection at the moment. I'm lacking a little bit. I need some of the classics, but yeah, this is a good band. They're a little bit more polished compared to other black metal bands, kind of atmospheric. This is good stuff. You know, you want to try to get into black metal, but the production puts you off. I'd recommend Abigail Williams. They got pretty good production value here. I'm missing quite a few. This is the only one I have from them, but their other stuff is good too, but from what I've heard, I think this is actually their best album. Love that cover, too. Yeah, Abigail Williams. I was going to see them one time. It was them with Immolation and Vader, but that show got canceled, and we never got a refund, and it never got rescheduled, and I'm still kind of pissed off about that. This was like decades ago. When did this album come out? It was like on this album's tour. A long time ago. Maybe 2011, but anyway, next up we got Abyssic Hate, The Source of Suffering. This is actually a compilation of, oh man, what is the compilation of? It's, I know it's got Suicidal Emotions, which is, his first album. This is a limited, like, re-release of, like, demos and, like, EPs and stuff, but, this does not have all of Suicidal Emotions. Betrayed is not on this album, which pisses me off because that's my favorite track from the first thing he put out. So this is some Australian dude, one-man band, depressive black metal. This is really good shit. Like, this is also limited. I got 104 of 666 because, of course, that's what they would do. But yeah, I was on Hell's Headbangers one day, and I'm just like, yep. Okay, I see this. I see Abyssic Hate. I buy. Okay, if you got more of their stuff and you want to give it to me, let me know. CDs only. I'm not really a records guy. Records are cool, but they're too damn expensive. That's part of the reason why I'm buying all these CDs. Is because I like to own the physical copies, you know, and the objectively superior sound quality. But like, records are too fucking expensive these days. We got Acid Witch, Witchtanic Hallucinations. This band is really weird. It's kind of interesting. They kind of mix death metal with like psychedelic rock, and it actually kind of works. It's a little bit of cheap printing quality, but you know what? That's kind of part of the charm. Was this Hell's Headbangers release? Weird stuff. Check it out if you like psychedelic rock and like death metal. It's 2-in-1 for you. Vocals are really burpy though. Really burpy vocals. Act of Defiance. This is Chris Broderick and Sean Drover, formerly of Megadeth. After they left Megadeth, they made this little project. This is their first album. I think they have 2. It's alright. Kind of sounds like Testament if they listened to a Trivium album and were like, oh, hey, let's just do that. That is what I would define this sound as. This video is going to be a nightmare to edit. Advent Sorrow. Here's an Australian black metal band. These guys are cool. Or were cool. They broke up. because apparently one of them was a Nazi or something. I don't know. Anyway, you might have heard Pestilence Shall Come, because the music video for that one kind of viral on YouTube. I think it's got like something like, I don't know, 5 million to 7 million views. Hold on, let me pull up. First one, here it is, 3.2 million views, yeah. But yeah, it's good shit. I'm surprised there's actual black metal coming out of Australia, and I'm surprised I have more than one artist. You know, I thought they get offended by everything over there. You know, it's like, oh my god, that's scary. They ban everything in that country. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm not sure, what is this, Werewolf Records? I don't know. But yeah, it's good shit. It's standard kind of black metal, a little bit atmospheric, a little bit depressive, a little bit raw. I don't know which exact subgenre. I'm not really a genre guy. I don't really care. Music's good, just listen to it, you know what I mean? But I'm only using these genre words to give you an idea of what these sound like if you haven't heard them. But yeah, Advent Sorrow. Check out the track Pestilence Shall Come. You might have heard it already. We got next. We got the Agony Scene. We got some old school metalcore. I haven't listened to this in years. This is The Darkest Red. I think this is their second album. Yeah, I don't really remember what this sounds like. I'm pretty sure it's metalcore. This is old. This is like 2005, yeah. Roadrunner Records from 2005. Yeah, it's probably metalcore. I think those guys aren't around anymore. Next up, okay, we got All That Remains. Remember these guys? They used to be a pretty good metalcore band. Then they became like, I've heard them described as military wife rock, which is the perfect description. But this is their first album, Behind Silence and Solitude. This is a melodic death metal album. No elements of metalcore at all. There's not even any clean singing. And this album is super underrated. Like, I love this first album. Title track, From These Wounds, dude, that riff, dan 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 dan. That's a good riff. That's a good riff. Home to Me, One Belief. This is a really underrated album, in my opinion. Wish they would play some of this shit live. I saw them live not that long ago when they were touring with Megadeth. Yeah, they don't play anything from this album or Deepest Grey. Not Deepest Grey. Darkened Heart, that's their second album. I'm on the lookout for that one. And, of course, Fall of Ideals. Any core kid knows this album. I mean, come on, it's a goddamn classic. This is so influential, you know? I mean, nowadays, Phil's all about yelling about the liberals and all that, but, you know. Back then, you know, it was cool shit. I saw them, actually, right after Overcome came out with Killswitch, who were still on the As I Lay Dying, the As Daylight Dies tour with Unearth. I think right after they put out the March, way back. I'm fucking old if you haven't noticed, but yeah, you know, all my fellow core kids, come on, you gotta have this one. I do need to hunt down Darkened Heart, and I do like Overcome. For We Are Many was alright, and then after that they kind of fell off. Rest in peace, Ollie. Alright, next up, we got All My All Shall Perish. One of my favorite deathcore bands ever. These guys, man, they were so good. Like, if you hate deathcore, listen to Awaken the Dreamers. Just give it a shot. You know, if you're one of those old school death metal elitists, the worst kind of elitists, like you think the black metal guys are bad, the old school death metal guys are even worse. But yeah, this is All Shall Perish. They kind of, I would call them kind of like melodic deathcore, I guess. I don't know, they're a little bit more influenced by the Swedes than the Floridians, you know. Whoops, knocked my mic over. So, Hate Malice Revenge, you know, it's a little bit dirtier, a little bit more straight-up death metal. Price of Existence, that's when Chris Story came in, I think. Was this when Chris Story came in? Yeah. And Eddie Hermida. They actually have a different vocalist on the first album. Yeah, so Price of Existence, really good. That's definitely where they started to form their own sound. But then Awaken the Dreamers. Dude, I listened to this album like 5 million times. This is definitely their best album. Dude, this fucking album, bro. This fucking album. If you don't own this one and you call yourself a deathcore fan, you're a fake fan. But this is where it ends, which unfortunately was their last album before they broke up because Eddie wanted to go sing in Suicide Silence and make them worse. And break up this objectively better band. That's just my opinion, all right? This is pretty good, though. This was Francesco Attusato on guitar. I saw them on this tour. This was their first headlining tour. It was right in front of Francesco. And when he played the guitar solo in Awaken the Dreamers, bro, it was like a spiritual fucking experience. Quick rank, since I have them all. Worst to best. All right. Hey Malice Revenge, which I still think is good. This is where it ends. Price of Existence, Awaken the Dreamers. There's my rank. Boom. I'll do that for anyone that I own all of them for. But yeah, good shit. Good deathcore. Listen to it. I think they're back now. Aren't they back? I don't know. They're doing like a reunion tour or something. I must have missed them. Next up, we got Elegion. I was actually listening to this yesterday. Really good, like, progressive tech death. I guess a little bit more tech death. I'm not a big tech death guy because... I feel like a lot of it's like just dudes like flexing, like, oh, look at how good I am in a guitar, but like they can't write fucking songs. But these guys can write fucking songs and are really good at their instruments. But yeah, tracks to check out, probably, what the hell is it called? Accelerated Evolution, the outro solo in that, dude, it's beautiful. Biomech, Val's number 666. I mean, some of the lyrics on this album, like, God Particle, they're a little like Reddit atheist cringe, but I don't know. Back in what was this, 2007 or something like that? 2010. I mean, you know, it wasn't that cringe back then. This isn't a fucking digi sleeve though, which look, it's cool. You can do cool things with the design like this, right? You know, have the extended album art. I like when the album art extends, but like I feel like I'm damaging the disc every time I take it out. You know what I mean? I fucking hate digi sleeves. Digi packs, not so much, but digi sleeves, fuck them. Speaking of digi packs, here's Altars of Grief. This band is... See? This I don't mind so much, but these sleeves, they're terrible. But also, if you break this, well, fuck you. We gotta buy a new one. You can't just replace the case like the jewel cases. Altars of Grief. Kind of like a doom band, a little goth rock. If you ever listen to Woods of Ypres, they kind of sound like them. It's good shit, actually. I really like this. This is Iris. This is their last album, and then I think they just went on hold or broke up or something. I don't know. They haven't put anything out since. I think they're a studio-only band. But yeah, Altars of Grief, good band. Check out their cover of... They did a cover of... I think it's that song from Silent Hill. Room of No Light or something like that. I think that was it. Yeah, Room of No Light. That's really good. Like, really good. I've never heard the original. Or maybe I have, and I don't remember. But anyway, speaking of digipacks that suck ass. See, I broke this the second I opened it. This is Amazing Grace Revival Times. I put in an order to Relapse Records recently, and I usually whenever I put in an order to some label or something, I'll just like, all right, what's on sale? This was only $1. I blind bought it. It was just $1. Who cares? I didn't know what it was, and I put it on. It's like dark ambient. It's alright. Just music to kind of zone out to. Apparently these guys were in a grindcore band called Face Down and Shit, which, great fucking name. But, yeah, it's just kind of dark ambient music. It's alright. Something to zone out to once in a while. Amorphous, Tales from the Thousand Lakes, plus Black Winter Day, apparently. I bought this on a whim. I heard a few tracks by these guys, kind of like them. Little progressive, like, kind of Opeth-y, I guess you could kind of compare them to. I love Opeth. I don't own any Opeth because their shit's always out of stock everywhere. But, yeah, I don't know. I haven't really listened to it, but Amorphous, I'll probably like it. All right, next up, we got some Anal Nathrak, which I believe is Irish for Serpent's Breath, I think's the translation. Yeah, which I recently found out Irish is actually a language. I know, crazy, right? This is the Codex Necro. This is their first album. It's two guys, and it's, I don't know, industrial black metal Blackened Death Grind. It's just disgusting music. It's disgusting, and I fucking love it. Tracks to check out, probably Pandemonic Hyperblast is probably the track that will give you like the best idea of their sound. The Techno Goat, I love that slow riff at the end of it. Probably the title track, Codex Necro. But yeah, this is good shit, man. Check this out, I love this. You open up the booklet, it says it right here. Fuck everything, must be played fucking loud. Love that. No lyrics though. They literally say in the little note there, like, don't ask for lyrics, fuck you. Yeah, Null Noth Rock. This is the Metal Blade reissue. I don't really care too much about like reissues and first press stuff. Like, I know some people are like collectors with that. I don't really care that much as long as it's not really a remaster that fucks up the original sound. If it's a reissue that sounds exactly the same, I don't really care. Or if it's a remaster that sounds better, you know, that's good. But next up, we got a good band. These guys are a little underrated in my opinion. We got Antagonists. These guys are Californian Antagonists. There's a couple of bands called Antagonists. I have almost all their stuff because I put in an order from their Bandcamp for their last album and EP before they broke up, and I never received it. And if they're watching, hey, just send it, bro. Come on, just check your Bandcamp messages. But yeah, Antagonists, underrated band in my opinion, kind of like a metalcore, a little bit more thrash metal. But we got Eschatology, first EP. It's pretty good, you know. Then we got The Architecture of Discord, which is a little lo-fi, but I like it. Some good tracks. Nameless Shall Inherit the Earth, and Your Face Deserves a Crowbar. Great fucking title. Then we got Samsara. This is their second EP, which most of these tracks got re-recorded for the next album, except for Samsara, that's exclusive to this EP. Pretty good, you know, a little bit more melodic than the first one. And then An Envy of Innocence, really good stuff. This from Dwell Records, who don't exist anymore. It's always cool to find albums from labels that don't even exist anymore. But Chaos We Breathe is a good track. Where is it? A Valor and Villainy. That song's got a really cool breakdown. I really like Unless. That's good. A little bit more technical on that album, a little bit more solos. Then they went to Prosthetic, which you would think they would take off after that, but these guys struggled their whole career. I saw them in a bar one time, and like they only drew in like 15 people, which kind of sucks ass, because this band rules, man. Kind of wish that they did better, but yeah, this is a good album. Exist. Very shreddy, a little bit thrash metal. Got a little bit more melody. Bomb Shelter, opening track, that's a good one. Immaculate Misconception, that one's got a good hook. Failure on Repeat's a little bit more of a ballad. It's a pretty fun one. Exists, that's got a cool lead. But yeah. Then they put out my favorite album in their discography, World in Decline, which was my album of 2010, I think this album came out. So yeah, I'm old. I don't know if you guys know this. I'm fucking old. But yeah, World in Decline. I mean, this is their heaviest album. There's no singing at all, just all screams. Sick breakdowns. Wake Up and Smell the Lies is definitely one of the standout tracks. Darkest Darkness, World in Decline. Sasha Grey, that's a pretty good track. Pretty overrated porn star. Anyway, then they came back after a while. This is from like 2014, 2015? Yeah, 2015. With this EP where it's like they just went for a more hardcore direction. Artwork on it's really cool. I like anything that's like black and white like this, you know? But obviously, it's a digipack, so that kind of pisses me off a little bit. But yeah, we want a little bit more hardcore, a little bit more, I don't know, left-wing politics, which, you know, whatever, I don't care. But yeah, it's an alright EP. Then they put out another EP. It was like a 2-track, a little bit more hardcore. Then they put out their last album, and then, you know, I bought them, and they never shipped them to me. So, hey, if you're watching, guys, check your Bandcamp messages. But yeah, I like this band. They were good. They were good. All right, next up, I want to try to get through the A's before I take a break and cut here. What we got? We got some Anthrax. Hell yeah. Some good old classic thrash metal. This is Fistful of Metal and Armed and Dangerous. This is a 2-in-1. which, is kind of cool, but I don't like that it's on the same disc. I would have preferred if it's two discs, so if I wanted to just listen to the Armed and Dangerous EP, you know what I mean? But, yeah, this is their first album, first EP with the original singer Neil Turbin, who's a little bit more of a, I guess, hair metal style singer, which, I kind of like it. It's got a certain charm to it. I mean, Death Rider and Metal Thrashing Mad are classics. Across the River is a pretty good track. That's the instrumental, right? Or is that, yeah, I think so. I haven't listened to this in a long time, but, humble beginnings. Then they put out Spreading the Disease, which I do need to pick up. I am missing that. That's definitely one of the key albums. And then, of course, the classic, Among the Living. This is one of the greatest thrash metal albums ever made. Like, straight up. This album is so fucking good. Among the Living, Caught in a Mosh, I Am the Law, Efilnikufferson, I still can't say it, A Skeleton in the Closet, Indians. Dude, fucking Indians. One World, Horror of It All, Imitation of Life. This whole album, front to back. Fucking Kino. Isn't that what the kids say? Kino? It's a Kino album, bro. Alright, then we got a pretty controversial band, which I don't really care about. Separating art from artists and all that stuff. If the music's good, I could look past that usually, unless they did something with kids. That's usually where I draw the line. Just a little murder, that's not too bad. Just a little murder. Touching kids? No, fuck you. Yeah, Tim Lambesis is probably the most notorious figure in metalcore, but I mean, come on. If you like metalcore, it's fucking As I Lay Dying. Bangers. I mean, the first one, Frail Words Collapse, with, of course, 94 Hours, Forever, The Beginning. It's a pretty good album. Elegy isn't the first one. The first one is actually called Beneath the Encasing of Ashes, and if you actually own that CD, the original, you're sitting on some money, which they actually did re-release that, which I'll get to that. Actually got this, like a deal on eBay. Guy was selling them for like $20, I guess, the Lambesis stuff. Shadows Are Security, of course. This is when they really came into their own. Meaning and Tragedy, Confined, Darkest Nights, Empty Hearts, super underrated track. Fucking heavy. That shit goes hard live. I've seen them play it like twice. I saw these guys a bunch of times before the incident, and then I haven't seen them since the reformation. But yeah, Reflection, that's a fun song to play on guitar. Through Struggle, of course. Really good. Apparently they're doing a tour in Europe that's like a 20th anniversary tour. Is this 2005? This was, 2005. Huh. But I don't know how they're going to do that when there's only Tim left. I think this one came out first. At least that's how it was ordered. This is called A Long March. It's a compilation of like their early demos and EPs and Beneath the Encasing of Ashes. So you can get it physically. It's just not the original. But, they put this out for people that like don't want to spend $100 on a single CD, But yeah, it's cool shit. Good thing to have. Then what I call their best album, I think, overall. I think this is when like they fully formed their sound. I think this is the first one with Nick Hippa on guitar, actually. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. Might have been the last one. But yeah, An Ocean Between Us. Oof. Oh, this album, bro. Oh. Oof. Oh. What are these noises I'm making? Nothing Left. Ocean Between Us. Within Destruction. Forsaken. Comfort Betrays, I Never Wanted, Bury Us All, The Sound of Truth Departed, Wrath Upon Ourselves, This Is Who We Are. This album, front to back, metalcore classic. Then The Powerless Rise, which I think is kind of underrated. Unfortunately, it's a fucking digi-sleeve. This is kind of cool, though. Got this, like, vertical artwork. I don't know what that is. It's supposed to be, like, some kind of god or something. Got this cool skull. We got a lot of skulls. But, yeah, I think this album's really underrated. A lot of really sick guitar solos on this. I think this is some of Nick Hippa's best guitar work. Beyond Our Suffering, Anodyne Scene. Anodyne Sea. Without Conclusion. Parallels. I love Parallels. Anger and Apathy, underrated track. Condemned. That shit goes hard live. Upside Down Kingdom. Oh man, underrated. Then they put out their last album before the incident, Awakened, which actually, check this out. I actually met them and got this signed at a release party thing, which is cool. Said hello to everybody. They were all nice. I was like, oh hey, those guys were really nice. I think that's pretty cool. Especially that Tim Lambesis. I wonder if he'll ever do anything heinous. And then a few months later, he did do something heinous. So maybe I'm not the best judge of character, but I did. That's his pre-felon signature right there. Boom. So, yeah. And I thought when they came back, like, all right, he did his time. He got off the steroids, He sounds remorseful, but recent events say not so much. Whatever. Who cares? Separate art from artists. Let's try to finish the A's here before I take a little break. All right, this is the last stack of A's. What do we got? Here we go. Bit of a guilty pleasure. The early Asking Alexandria. This is their crabcore era. I guess you could call it metalcore with electronic elements mixed in. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a guilty pleasure, but I like the songs, at least the early stuff. I saw them early on a few times during this era, and they got progressively worse and worse because the singer got addicted to coke or something. I don't know, but now they just play pop rock or some shit. I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with them, but yeah, if you want to check out Crabcore, I think this first album is really good. Then they put out this little EP, which I actually have. I don't know. It was cheap, probably. Which has 2 Skid Row covers, a remix, some... Yeah, I don't know. Oh, there's DVD in here? Whoa! Fuck. Oh, fucking... It's the problem with these these 2-disc things. You never know when they're gonna break, and then you gotta find a special case to replace them. It's alright, it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, it's remixes, covers, that kind of thing, demos. And then they put out their second album, which I think is their best album, Reckless and Relentless, which is a little bit heavier than the first one, which is probably why I like it. And yeah, after that, they just screw this, let's just do radio rock. But yeah, I like the first 2 Asking Alexandria albums. Alright, guilty pleasure. Anyway, next we got At the Gates, Slaughter of the Soul. Goddamn classic. Melodic death metal from Sweden. What's there to be said about this? It's influenced an entire generation of guitarists. Their other stuff's good, though. I do want to eventually pick up the rest of their stuff. I do like The Red in the Sky Is Ours. That's a good album. But yeah, Digipack. I don't know. I just ordered this one off of Amazon one day because I was looking around and I was missing it. I was like, I need some At the Gates. And yeah. The best track is probably Cold, and that's because the guitar solo is played by the GOAT, Andy LaRocque of King Diamond. Yeah, of course, Blinded by Fear, Slaughter of the Soul, Suicide Nation, World of Lies. Great. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Very influential. What we got? We got some August Burns Red. I don't know. I was never really that big into these guys. I've seen them one time. Yeah, I went to one Warped Tour. Yeah, August Burns Red. It's alright. I don't know. They never really did much for me. I have Lost Messengers, the outtakes, which I think is an EP of B-sides from the Messengers album. Then we got Leveler, which I don't know. I think I bought it because it has a cool cover. I like it. It's a little bit of a different style. I think Poor Millionaire is the good track from that. I don't know which album it is, but whichever one has Composure on it, which I think might be Messengers, might be Constellations. That one's pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. I'll give them another spin. Check them out again. Maybe I'll rediscover. Oh, speaking of Tim Lambesis, I told you guys I put in an order to Relapse recently. Is this Relapse or is this no? This is Metal Blade. I put one into Metal Blade recently too. And, we'll get stuff on sale. It was $2. I'm like, you know what? I did like Austrian Death Machine when they were around. Picked up the Christmas EP because why the fuck not? It was $2. Check this out. Do you want ringtones? Still do ringtones? I wonder if you could still get them. Anyway, That's enough of that. What's up next? All right, we got our last A band, and that is, of course, Avenged Sevenfold. I mean, what's there to be said about Avenged Sevenfold that hasn't been said? They're like one of the most influential bands of the 2000s. Like, they really are. Even if you hate them, you can't deny their influence and, how many kids picked up guitars because they heard this band. I'm one of those kids. Of course, we got my favorite, Sounding the Seven Trumpet. I actually love the first album. It's like really disgusting. Like, the production is terrible. The vocals are too loud. The drums aren't EQ'd. You can hear the bass cutting through in parts it shouldn't. I kind of like that raw production sound. I'm pretty sure they were all recorded in one take. But, I don't know, they have like almost a live energy to them. I mean, Turn the Other Way. I mean, come on, that's a good song, man. That shit doesn't get you moving. Come on, man. Really easy to play on guitar, too. Darkness Surrounding, Art of Subconscious Illusion. We Come Out at Night, underrated track. Lips of Deceit, that's a good song. That is a good fucking song. They should bring that back into their set. I mean, Warmness on the Soul, I usually skip that because M Shadows can't sing on this album. His clean vocals are pretty bad on this one. Epic of Time Wasted, good track. Shrieked, that's a cool, like, punk rock song they did. Shattered by Broken Dreams is kind of like more of their early attempts at something a little bit more progressive. But yeah, underrated in my opinion. I feel like people hate this album too much. If this got like a remix, like I feel like people would appreciate it more. Then of course they did Waken the Fallen. What's there to be said about this? Like, this is a lot of people's favorite. It's not really my favorite, but I mean, come on. Unholy Confessions, Chapter 4, Eternal Rest, Second Heartbeat, I Won't See You Tonight. I think Reminiscence is pretty underrated. Radiant Eclipse is pretty underrated. Clairvoyant Disease, like that track. A little bit more mellow. I think that album's just a little too long, though. Avenged Sevenfold, City of Evil. I mean, this fucking album, bro. This fucking album. This was like, I don't know what I could compare it to. What's the big bands right now? Like Knock Loose and Spirit Box. Like, that's what you kids have. We had Avenged Sevenfold and, like, Bullet for My Valentine. Those are, like, and I guess, like, Trivium. Like, that's kind of the generation I'm from. You kids got your Knocked Looses and all the Spirit Boxes. I don't know. But, man, this fucking album, bro. Changed the game. Of course, Beast and the Harlot, Burn It Down, Blinded in Chains. I think... Sidewinder, one of their best tracks. Wicked End, underrated. Love that bass line in the beginning. That then the self-titled, which actually I didn't like it when it came out because I got it when it came out. Yes, I'm old. But over time, this album has really grown on me. I really like this album, actually. Of course, I think the first 4 tracks are like some of the best tracks they've ever made. Then they kind of go off in like a little bit more experimental. A little bit more progressive way. Lost, A Little Piece of Heaven, of course. Yeah, this album's really good in retrospect. Then, unfortunately, the Rev passed away while they were recording this one, Nightmare, and they had Mike Portnoy play drums. And yeah, this is pretty good. I think this is their last good album. I know I haven't really listened to The Stage that much, and Life Is But a Dream I couldn't finish because it was so bad. But yeah. It's good shit. I am missing Diamonds in the Rough. That's one I do need. But yeah, after this, I don't really care because I feel like they kind of started to suck after that. I didn't really like Hail to the King. Sounded like a fake covers album. The Stage really didn't do much for me when I heard the one single. I checked out Life Is But a Dream when that came out, and that was fucking garbage. I don't know what the fuck they were on when they were making that, but wow, that was bad. Maybe I'll give it another shot. And maybe it'll grow on me like this one, but wow, holy shit, that last album was fucking terrible. Garbage. But this one's pretty good. Nightmare. Quick rank of the Rev era, I guess we could call it. Let's see. Let's see. Sounding... Alright, best to worst. Best, Sounding the Seven Trumpet, Waken the Fallen, then, I guess City of Evil. Oh, look at me. I'm going in descending order. They got progressively worse. Yeah, okay. I guess so. I guess that's what my opinion is. But, That's what I liked. I did like that little throwback on Nightmare, God Hates Us, to their earlier, heavier sound. It'd be kind of cool if they tried to do another heavy album again. I'd like to see that. Anyway, that's the A's. I'm going to take a little break between cuts here, and we'll be back in a second. All right, and we are back, or I guess we never left because I edited the video together. Anyway, next up, starting with the B's, we got Beneath the Sky and Loving Memory. This is their last album of a trilogy of albums. These guys are kind of like metalcore, maybe a little bit more on the hardcore side, I think. Maybe, at least on this album. This is probably my second favorite from them. My favorite's actually their second album, The Day the Music Died. I definitely need to hunt that one down, but yeah, these guys are fucking sick, bro. Sick breakdowns. If you like breakdowns, you like these guys. I think a lot of people like the first album, which has 7861 on, which is probably a bigger song, but this one, and Loving Memory, this album fucking rips, bro. It rips your balls off. Sorry I'm Lost, Tears, Bone, and Desire. Terror Starts at Home, that's the track. That's the one. But then they got like more melodic stuff like in Loving Memory and Embrace. I love Embrace. It's a great song. But yeah, this is good shit. I wish these guys never broke up. Never got a chance to see them back in the day. If you want to check out their catalog, from the first album, I recommend 7861. Second album, I recommend Respect for the Dead. And this album, you want to give it Terror Starts at Home. So, you know, they all kind of have different sounds. But yeah, this one rules, though. I like them all. I do got to pick up the other two at some point. And their first EP is actually kind of rare and expensive. So if you have that, you're sitting on some money. So, you know, there's a little pro tip for you. Next up, we got Black Dahlia Murder. Hell yeah. Unhallowed. This is the only one I have from them so far. But I think this is their best album. Of course, rest in peace, Trevor. You know, fucking tragedy. But this album, bro. Oh, this fucking album, man. Oh my God. I mean, I think some people call these guys kind of like deathcore, but like I can only really hear that on the first album. I feel like they're more like a melodic death metal band after that. But I don't know. I like all of them, but this one's my favorite. Closed Casket Requiem. I mean, enough said. Funeral Thirst. Come on. Ooh, this is some good shit. I definitely need more from these guys. Album art's not that great though. They got better. I really like the album art on was it Deflower or Deflorate? The fifth album? I think it's the fifth album. It was this one. It was Miasma, then Nocturnal, and maybe it was the fourth album. But yeah, I like that artwork. This artwork, I mean, come on, what is this? Fog? It's like, ooh, spooky. Like, come on, you can do better than that. I guess this is an art video since I'm talking about the album art. Next up, we got my one and only at the moment Black Sabbath album. Yeah, I mean, it's Sabbath. Enough said. This is one of the Digipack reissues that they did. They've been doing these, since 2016? I think they did all of them, like the entire set. Unfortunately, it's a Digipack and not a jewel case. I will always take the jewel case over the Digipack. Even though I do like that they can do different things with the packaging, you know, but like this, I mean, come on, what's the difference here? You got the booklet right here. I mean, like, you're just being an asshole. Like, at least with the other ones that like fold all the way out, you know what I mean? At least there's a reason. But this, you could have put this in the jewel case, you fucks. But yeah, I like the first album. I like the Dio era a lot too. The other guy. What's his name? Ian something? I'm not really that familiar with that era, but Ozzy and Dio era, both great. Good stuff. Classic. You know, on this album, Wizard, great track. I mean, Black Sabbath, of course. NIB. Enough said. Could always dig in through my dad's CDs and find a couple more of them. Bleeding Through. Actually, I have two of them. This band, my brother is also a really big metalhead. He got me into a lot of these bands back in the day when I was young, just kind of checking out like Megadeth and stuff. And this is one of my brother's favorite bands. I was never like huge into them, at least into the early days. But when this album came out, Declaration, this album fucks, bro. Like, this is so fucking angry. Like, this is some angry metalcore. Like, it's fucking pissed. I love it. I think apparently this album, when this came out, was it Victory? Trustkill. Apparently Trustkill like fucked them over really bad on their contract. Hold on. Yeah, apparently Trustkill fucked them over on their contract really bad, and they were like telling people to steal it. Like, I don't know, but I do own the physical, so I didn't steal it. But yeah, then they put out this one, the self-titled, which came out on Rise Records, which I think a lot of those Trustkill bands moved to Rise. Yeah, it was Trustkill and Victory. They're kind of like notorious for like fucking over bands from this era. This was like 2008, 2010. That were good bands, but like they got fucked over really bad with their record contracts or something like that. But yeah, metalcore with like they got like symphonic elements because they have a keyboardist, little hints of black metal, especially on this one. This one definitely has the most black metal influence. Hardcore, you know, just kind of it's good shit to lift weights to, you know. But this album, ooh, goated. What's the one? The Truth, or is it This Is Love? This is whichever one has Hail of Love Lost and a Hail of Gunfire. That song's a banger. Anyway, next album. All right, we got something that's not heavy metal. The Essential Bob Dylan. I do sort artist names that are just single names, people's names by the first letter, because you don't say Dylan Bob, you say Bob Dylan, okay? This isn't fucking Asia, okay? We say the first name first. But yeah, this is just kind of like a compilation, greatest hits. This is all the Bob Dylan I ever need. I like him a little bit. I think he's a great songwriter, terrible singer. But yeah, you know, some great tracks on there. Times They Are Changing, Maggie's Farm, Mr. Tambourine Man, Like a Rolling Stone, of course, All Along the Watchtower, which is the inferior version. Jimi Hendrix basically, I think he literally calls it Jimmy's song when he plays it live. You know, Lay Lady Lay, Tangled Up in Blue, Hurricane, I like that song, it's a good song. Knocking on Heaven's Door, you know, like all the essentials, you know, Essential Bob Dylan, perfect title for that. All the Bob Dylan I'll ever need, ever. We got a little bit of Buckethead. But I actually saw Buckethead not that long ago. It's a crazy live show. The thing about Buckethead is he's got like 1 million albums, and I'm not even kidding. He puts one out like every other day. It's ridiculous. He's got this whole like sub-series of albums called Pikes. Yeah, he calls them Pikes. They numbers them. But they're like these 30-minute EPs he puts out like once a week. It's fucking crazy. But like this is one of his main albums, I guess. He's got like 30 main albums. This is the Kaleidoscope. This is a little bit more of his electronic stuff. It's kind of interesting. But this is also one he did with keyboardist Travis Dickerson. Keyboardist, synth player. I don't know. What do you call those guys? Pianists? What's the appropriate word? I don't know. I play guitar. I don't. Well, I guess I do kind of program a little bit. I do a little bit of electronic every now and again, but whatever. Anyway, this is like smooth jazz. This is actually really relaxing. I'd recommend this if you're looking for something smooth. This, it's a little challenging. It's like more like noise, like experimental electronic. But this one, more of his smooth jazz. I do want to pick up Giant Robot, Buckethead Land, and Enter the Chicken. Those are the albums that I do want to hunt down eventually, but you know. All right, now we got my bullet for my Valentine. You guys probably expected this since we had Avenged Sevenfold. I don't have all of them. I have 4 of them. We got obviously the Poison. I mean, classic. They just did the 20th anniversary tour. I missed them. But it's all right because I was never that big into Trivium, and they were like co-headlining with Trivium, who's doing all of Ascendancy, which I like that era of Trivium and Beck. And then after that, they were all like Metallica Worship. But anyway, we're not talking about them. We're talking about Bullet. Come on, Hand of Blood. It was like the first heavy song I ever listened to. Well, this has a second live disc. I got this recently. This is the 20th anniversary reissue. Because there's like 100 versions of this album. And it's kind of weird because when it came out back in the day, there were 2 different track listings. The track Spit You Out replaced Hand of Blood on some versions, and that's the version I had. So when I went and re-listened to this, and Hand of Blood played when I thought Spit You Out was gonna play. It like confused the hell out of me. Yeah, and the Hand of Blood just isn't on that other version, which is weird because it's like one of their biggest songs. But yeah, this does apparently include the Hand of Blood EP, but does not have the Japanese exclusive bonus track, Turn to Despair. Okay? Like, what the fuck, guys? I thought you would put that on there. Also, Japanese bonus tracks are fucking bullshit. Stop doing that. Stop fucking doing that. Give me the whole goddamn album, you fucking assholes. Okay. Anyway, unfortunately, this is a digi sleeve, yeah. So, that kind of sucks. If it's a digi pack, not so bad, but digi sleeve, fuck you. And this is my original copy of Scream Aim Fire that I picked up in 2008. I do need to get the deluxe edition with the bonus tracks, because they always do that. They put out the original version, and then like a year later, they put out a special edition with like an entire EP on the end. Fucking assholes. Like, just release an EP separately. But yeah, I do like the bonus track, Ashes of the Innocent. I think that's one of my favorite songs by them. But yeah, Scream Aim Fire, they went a little bit more thrashy on this album, a little less metalcore. But, you know, Scream Aim Fire, Hearts Burst into Fire, Waken the Demon, of course. Everybody knows that one. Say Goodnight. I like this one. It felt like they matured a little bit as songwriters. And then they put out Fever, which this is my original copy from 2010. 2010, 2011. Should say the copyright date. Yeah, 2010. Okay. That was 2011. I didn't really like this when it came out, but over time it grew on me. Like some tracks, obviously Your Betrayal, Fever, Last Fight. Alone. Alone is such a good fucking song, dude. Then, like, I think the back half isn't that good until the closing track, Pretty on the Outside. Really like that one. But, yeah, a little bit more radio friendly, I guess. I don't know. They want a little bit more rock on this album. But, yeah, Alone. Oh, that is a good song. Then they fell off. They put out Temper Temper, which was not that good. I don't know. Then they put out... what the fuck was it called? Venom, where they kind of returned to form a little bit. I don't know. I only listened to it a handful of times. Then they put out Gravity, which was a straight up pop album. Which, cool that they did something completely different. And honestly, not that bad in terms of like pop music, but like it's a straight up pop album. They even changed the logo to a font, which I think their fans really didn't receive well, because their next album, self-titled, which usually those late-era self-titled albums are usually bad. No, they came back and they fucking brought the heavy. Like, this is actually my favorite album on them. This is the special edition with the bonus tracks, because that's the version you always want. Wait on the Bullet for My Valentine album, because they always put out the fucking special edition a fucking year later, and you gotta buy it a second time, you motherfuckers. But yeah, this fucking album, bro. Dude, this is the album I was waiting for them to make. Parasite, Knives, fucking Can't Escape the Waves, Rainbow Veins. That's my favorite track on this album. Paralyzed. I love Omen, Stitches. Dude, fucking great shit. I can't wait to see what they do next. Especially if they keep going in this heavier direction. Quick rank, this one, then this one, then this one, and then this one, and all the other ones are kind of shit. But yeah, good shit. Dig it. Glad they're back to playing heavy. Next up, Cacophony. Marty Friedman and Jason Becker's band before they were in other bands. It's terrible what happened to Jason Becker, but if you don't know, Jason Becker, he got ALS, which is like one of the worst... Oh, excuse me, I shouldn't be talking about such a serious topic with gas. If you don't know, Jason Becker got ALS, and yeah, it's pretty fucking terrible. Your body just basically shuts down and you get like paralyzed. He still makes music. He like worked out this system with his parents and like his family where he can communicate like with his eyes. It's kind of crazy what they managed to do, but yeah, they still don't have any cure for that even after all those ice buckets. But Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll look in the fundraiser feature. I just got access to that recently. Maybe I'll just throw an ALS thing on the side there. But yeah. Anyway, this is a Speed Metal Symphony. This is one of two albums by Cacophony. The second one's called Go Off, which, all right, there's a little bit more like hair metal, speed metal, I guess you'd call it, which is Speed Metal Symphony. But like, I don't know, it's really shreddy. It's just these guys showing off their guitar skill, really. Like, that's the main draw is the guitar. I mean, it's a full band, but like, look, just front and back, Marty and Jason, all right? Savage, that's a good track. Concerto, Burn the Ground. Wait, this isn't the full track listing. Where's Ninja? This is not the full track listing. Yeah, see? Yeah, they cut out Ninja. I love Ninja. That song is so corny. Ninja! do, 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 do. Obviously, Speed Metal Symphony. This is good if you like shreddy guitar stuff. You play guitar, check it out. That's like guitar music for guitar players. Oh, I might have to cover this album cover. Maybe, I don't know. I guess I'll just cover the tits. This is Cannibal Corpse, Tomb of the Mutilated. Picked this one up recently. Gotta have it. Death metal classic. I do want to try to get into some more old school death metal, like at least pick up all the classics, because I do like it a little bit. The thing that really puts me off the old school death metal are the fans. They're like the most elitist, insufferable people. Sorry, not sorry. Like, seriously, they act like a bunch of teenage girls. Like, for real, they're like the worst of metal subgenre fandoms. You think black metal fans are banned? Like, all right, they hate the Jews a little. Who cares? But no, that's a certain subsect of black metal fans. But yeah, just the old school death metal fans are the fucking worst. But anyway, this is a good album. Yeah, we got Hammer Smash Face, goddamn classic. I Come Blood, Addicted to Vaginal Skin, Entrails Ripped from a Virgin's Cunt, Necro EDP. I can't say that. I could say a bunch of shit, but I can't say the P word. I don't know. Fuck YouTube. All right, I do want to pick up some more Cannibal Corpse, at least the old school ones with Chris Barnes back when he could actually do vocals. Next, we got some deathcore. This is Carnifex. This is Until I Feel Nothing. Slipcase. You guys like slipcases? I only like them when the art's different on the inside. Like this. This is cool. I mean, even though it's just zoomed in, at least it's different. I like that. I don't like it when it's the exact same. But, yeah, Until I Feel Nothing. I think this is their fourth album? Fifth, maybe? Oh, excuse me. Jesus Christ. What is wrong with you, John, you fucking slob? God. No wonder nobody watches your videos. You're fucking gross. But, yeah, it's pretty alright. I think this is actually their worst album. But it's still pretty good. We Spoke of Lies, the title track, Dead But Dreaming. It's good stuff. I saw them on this tour with All Shall Perish and Flesh God Apocalypse and The Contortionist and Conducting from the Grave. That was the last tour from All Shall Perish and also their first headlining tour. It was awesome. I was right in front of Francesco. I already told you guys earlier, but yeah, love that show. It's like one of my favorite shows I've been to. Every band killed it that night. But yeah, Carnifex, good band. I want to pick up more of their stuff. I need is it the Disease and the Poison? Whichever one has Slit Wrist Savior on it. That's the one I need to hunt down first. All right, next up we got my Children of Bodom. Bodom. I don't have all of them. I do intend to eventually get all of them. These are out of order, I think. Wait. That it? Oh, yeah, no, there it is. Okay. I was like, I thought I had Halo Blood. I do. Okay. So we only have 5 out of, well, technically this is a compilation, but anyway, let's just get into it. This is my favorite one right here, Hatebreeder. This is from 99, I want to say. 99, 97. No, 97 was, yeah, this is 99. But yeah, this is definitely their most, like, I don't know. I just like the way this one sounds. It's like a little bit raw production, a little bit more black metal still there. In the like first album, they definitely had the most hints of that in there, and it's definitely still here. Those like neoclassical elements. It's got like a little bit more of that melodic death metal. I would call these guys mainly a melodic death metal band, but I don't know. They're kind of almost their own thing. I mean, obviously, of course, rest in peace, Alexi. I'm lucky enough to have seen them quite a few times back in the day. They were amazing live too. But yeah, I love this second album, Hatebreeder, Warheart, Silent Night, Bodom Night, title track, Bed of Razors, Towards Dead End. What a good song. Oof. And this one actually has the cover of Aces High on it. That's pretty cool. And then we got, is it Blood Drunk? Did we jump right to Blood Drunk? I don't have Follow the Reaper or Are You Dead Yet? Or Hate Crew Death Roll? Damn. Damn, son. I need to pick those up. What the fuck? A lot of people didn't like Blood Drunk. I liked it. It kind of felt like Are You Dead Yet Part 2, really. Which I did like that one. But, yeah, I don't think it's their best, but I still like a pretty decent chunk of it. Hellhounds on My Trail, the title track. Tie My Rope, that's probably the best track on here. Banned from Heaven, really like that one. I don't know, it's not great, but it's not bad either. You know, it's kind of a... then they put out this pile of shit. Alright, well, I don't want to call it a pile of shit. I don't think it's that bad, but it's definitely probably their worst album. Other than, was it Hexed or I Worship Chaos? Their second to last one's pretty bad too. But, yeah, I don't know. This felt like they were kind of like out of ideas here. Like, you know, just take a little while and like work on it. You know, it's okay. We can wait. But there's a couple decent tracks on here though. I really like Ugly. That's a good one. Was It Worth It? Not My Funeral is pretty good. Shovel Knockout. I like the bass on that. You know. Digi Pack. This is a little bit better than the Digi Sleeve. You know, because they could actually get the discs out without damaging them. I like this when they have a pocket instead of like a sleeve. I just don't like sleeves, okay? Then this is a covers compilation. This is Skeletons in the Closet. I think I actually got this as a gift one year, maybe for my birthday or Christmas or something. It's from what, 2011 or something. But yeah, this is all their covers because they kind of grew to prominence from their ridiculous pop song covers. Like Oops, I Did It Again. But they did Looking Out My Back Door. Somebody Put Something in My Drink. Don't Stop at the Top. Rebel Yell. Talk Dirty to Me. It's good stuff. And then after Reckless Relentless Forever, they kind of came back a little bit. Brought back in more of that black metal stuff that they had. Halo of Blood. I do like this album. I just haven't had enough time with it. You know, I feel like I gave a few more listens. Because I only picked this up recently because I kind of fell off of them after Reckless Relentless Forever. This one has a DVD, though. Again, this is how you do digipacks, okay? Don't give me those fucking sleeves. And that is Children of Bodom. Children of Bodom. Whatever you want to call them. However you pronounce it. Let's try to get through the C's. Got our last stack of C's. This is Clifton. We Never Change. I think it's a metalcore band. I don't know, I must have picked it up for like $1. I haven't listened to it in forever, so no comment. Alright, this is a more recent pickup. This is Coffin/Depression Split. Does it have a name? No, it's just a split. Coffin's Japanese death metal band, Depression death metal band. I'm not sure where they're from, but I know Coffins is from Japan. Look at this cover. Isn't that a sick cover? You know, you guys know me. I'm a sucker for those black and white covers. But yeah, I picked it up for the Coffin side. Wasn't really familiar with Depression. Ended up liking the Depression side better. So, hey, there's that. I don't like this. You see this down here? I don't know if you can see that. I don't like when the split has a song from the first band like on the other side. Like just like making an actual split. You know what I mean? Anyway. Coffin's Depression, good shit. Next we got some grindcore I picked up recently, kind of on a whim. Was it? Not sure. One's probably Relapse, and yeah, put in an order to Relapse recently. I told you guys earlier, and yeah, I just saw these for like $2, $3, maybe $5 each, and I'm like, yeah, okay. I did listen to this one, grindcore. I'm pretty sure this is grindcore too, but it was pretty good. But like, you open it up, it says "Come Fail." I think I've seen a few of those, huh? You know, they just kind of like dribble, you know. We're not going to talk about that. Okay. All right, next we got some black metal for all the black metal fans. We got some Col de Ghoul, or Cultes des Goules, whatever, however you pronounce it. I think it's Col de Ghoul. I don't think you pronounce the ES's. I am missing their third album, or maybe their second album. This is Hexen, Henbane, and Sinister. My favorite is Henbane. I don't have their other one, their third one. It's kind of hard to find. I think it's a little expensive too, even on CD. I know a lot of those black metal guys, they like to pick up the records, which, hey, that's cool, man. I like records too, but like CDs are just better for me. You know what I mean? The price, the storage, the accessibility, the things you can play them on. You need a record player to play records. CDs, I mean, yeah, obviously you get a CD player. Obviously that's the best way to play them, but you can play them on practically anything that has a disc drive. And yeah, that's all the C's. So I'm going to take a little break here, and then we'll cut right back in 2 seconds. All right, next up, we got some Darkest Hour. This is Undoing Ruin. This is kind of like their, I guess, breakout album, I guess you could say. They put out a couple before that. It was on Victory. I thought these guys were on Sumerian. Darkest Hour, kind of metalcore. Not really. I don't even really know what to call these guys. They're kind of got lumped in with them. They're more like that kind of new wave of American heavy metal, which is kind of includes metalcore, but not really. Like bands like Shadows Fall are in there, and they wouldn't really call those guys a metalcore band. But yeah, this is good shit, man. Underrated band. I need to pick up more of their stuff, especially Hidden Hands of a Sadist Nation. That's a good one. And I think Deliver Us is a pretty big one from them. Also, if you read Doomsayer, my comic, guess where I got the name from? Go ahead, guess. Anyway, yeah, I mean, Convalescence is on this one. That's probably the biggest song. That's probably the biggest song right there. So, yeah, this is good shit. It's good shit, bro. Next, definitely need more Darkest Hour in my life. Let me just adjust this a little. Okay, we got the first 2 Dead to Fall albums. This band's pretty cool. Metalcore, I guess, deathcore a little bit. Cool band. Really like the first album. Everything I Touch Falls to Pieces. Second album, it's pretty good. I don't know, I haven't listened to it in a long time. They put out 2 more and then they broke up. And Never to Be Seen Again. I know, I like these guys. They were on Victory, so that happens to a lot of those Victory bands. So yeah. First album, though. This is still a banger, bro. What the hell is it? Memory? Yeah, Memory, Eternal Gates of Hell, fucking Preying on the Helpless, The Balance Theory. This is good shit, man. This is good shit. Wish these guys took off a little more. Don't know about their later stuff because I'm not that familiar. But this first album, bro, this first album fucks. Alright, next up, we got some death. We got Scream Bloody Gore. We got Leprosy. We got Spiritual Healing. We got Human. We got Individual Thought Patterns. We don't got Symbolic, but we do have Sound of Perseverance. Now, why don't I have Symbolic? For some reason, Symbolic is so fucking hard to find. At least for me. I don't know why. Every time I go looking for it, I can't find it. These are the Relapse reissues with the bonus disc. They did not reissue Symbolic. I don't think so. I think that's like a different label owns the rights or some shit like that. I don't know. I'll hunt it down eventually. I'm sure I could find it. But yeah, Scream Bloody Gore. I mean, like, this is like the birth of death metal. You gotta have it, right? Even if this is probably one of their weaker albums. Like, come on. I mean, it's got Zombie Ritual on it, bro. Evil Dead. I haven't listened to this one too much. But Zombie Ritual. Leprosy. This is where they really came into their own. Fucking Pull the Plug. Yeah, Pull the Plug. That's probably the biggest track off of this one. Good shit. Love this Ed Repka artwork that he did like for almost all of these. Spiritual Healing. I think this one's not that great. I do think it does have some good tracks like Live in Monstrosity. That's the biggest standout from this track list. But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to complete the set. Human, of course, this is one of their biggest albums, other than like Symbolic, Flattening of Emotions, Lack of Comprehension. It's good shit. This actually has a cover of God of Thunder by, I think that's Kiss. Not really that big of a Kiss fan. I don't know. I like a couple of their songs. Maybe I'll pick up a greatest hit someday. But anyway, back to death. Individual Thought Patterns. This album is really cool because Andy LaRocque played all the guitar solos on it. And if you guys haven't heard, I'm kind of a fan. Most guitar players are. I mean, Andy LaRocque's guitar playing is so fucking good. But, yeah, this one's pretty good. Is the Philosopher on this one? Or is that Symbolic? Am I getting my albums mixed up? Might be on Symbolic. But, yeah, what's the track? Oh, no, yeah, the Philosopher. It's on this one. That's right, it's the closing track. Overactive Imagination. This one's good, man. This one is my favorite because, hear me out, I know a lot of Death fans don't like this album because it's like kind of repetitive. It seems a little too proggy, not that heavy, a little too melodic, influenced too many of these deathcore bands because old school death metal elitists are the fucking worst. But you gotta understand, this is the first death album I heard way back when I'm like, hey, let me check out this death metal stuff. I like Slayer. They called those guys death metal, even though they're thrash metal. Let me look up this death band. And then I see this image of this, like, vagina mountain. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I put this on first, obviously. And that drum fill, that... Wait, no, it's like... No, I'm thinking Crystal Mountain. I haven't listened to that in a minute. But, yeah, Scavenger of Human Sorrow. Fucking banger. Flesh and the Power It Holds. Voice of the Soul, of course. The nice acoustic instrumental. Spirit Crusher. This fucking album, bro. So good. They do kind of start jerking themselves off a little bit, though. You know what I mean? Like, after you've listened to their entire discography and become more seasoned with extreme music, they kind of... This does get a little, like, self-indulgent at times, but... Dude, come on, it's Death. If you guys happen to find Symbolic for me, send it my way. This is the Money... Oh, wait. Am I going to have to cover that? I don't know. This is the Money Store by Death Grips. Yeah, there we go. There's some hip-hop, or experimental hip-hop. Most famously known as the first album Anthony Fantano gave a 10 to. Yeah, and that's about it. I don't really like Fantano, to be honest. Most of the times, whatever his opinion is, it's like I have the exact opposite. But, you know, Broken Clock's right twice a day, especially with Sleep Token. No, I don't know. He's fine, whatever. I'm just not really a big fan. But, yeah, I mean, come on. This is weird fucking experimental hip-hop. Get Got, The Fever, Lost Boys, Blackjack. I don't even remember that track. System Blower. Oh, man, that's a good one. Hacker. Bitch, please. Bitch, please. You must be smoking rocks. Love that track. It's just a weird album. Ex-Military does not exist on CD, unfortunately. And apparently No Love Deep Web is like $100 for some reason. I think it has something to do with the fact that like the label dropped them because they leaked it. If you guys don't know the story, here we go. I'll just speed run it. They were supposed to drop 2 albums this year. It was 6 months apart, that kind of thing. But the record was like, no, the record label was like, no, let's promote this one more. People love it. Let's wait a little bit longer on that. And they were like, fuck you. And they leaked the album themselves with a picture of the drummer's erect penis on it. Yeah. And, yeah, eventually the label dropped them because of this shit. And, like, that CD's kind of rare, I think. I think that's why it's so expensive. And then after that, they put out Government Plates, which was pretty good. And then the Powers That Be, it just didn't do it for me. And I kind of fell off, in my opinion. But, yeah, next up, we got my one and only Deicide album. Definitely need more Deicide. Basically everything before this. And, like, maybe a little bit after. But, yeah, this is The Stench of Redemption. I think this is, like, their 7th album. Something like that. It's, like, from 2003 or something like that. 2006. But, yeah. No, it's good shit, though. I love some Deicide. Death to Jesus. You know, a lot of these, like, bands, Homage for Satan, these bands that are like, oh, I hate God, down with Jesus, Christianity bad, like, they're all full of shit and they don't actually mean what they say, and, like, it's kind of cringe. Like, fucking Behemoth with that new song, The Shit of God. Like, are you fucking kidding me? The Shit of God. Like, it's fucking cringe. Like, in retrospect, like, if I was, like, 15, like, oh, yeah, it's so cool and edgy. But now as a man in my 30s, I'm like, that's fucking cringe, bro. Grow the fuck up. Honestly, that's why I think I actually have a bigger appreciation for like Christian bands now. Because you know what? At least they actually believe in what they're fucking telling you. But yeah, it's good stuff though. Once you get past the like juvenile lyrics, get some Dio, Holy Diver. It's Dio. Come on, Holy Diver, classic. Stand up and shout, Holy Diver. Don't talk to strangers, straight through the heart. Rainbow in the dark. Oh, come on, man. Classic. Every heavy metal fan needs this in their collection. And I need to pick up more of his stuff because his other albums rule too. Love Dio. Alright, we got a few interesting ones next. We got some Disturbed. Yeah, Disturbed. I know, but you didn't expect to see that in here. One thing that's probably sticking out to you is the fact that the booklet for Believe is missing. Well, that's because I actually inherited a few of my sister's CDs. I guess inherited's not the right word. They just kind of ended up in my collection. But she doesn't like CDs, really. All about that streaming. But yeah, just ended up with actually these two. This one did have the booklet. This one didn't because she used to put the booklets, tape them to our wall as like posters, which kind of weird, but you know, that's what teenagers did back in the day. This is going way back to when this album came out, like fucking 2003 or something. Like, holy shit. Long time ago. But yeah, I do like this Disturbed. That's out of order, right? The kind of like new metal era, then they kind of go more like rock, and then like this is kind of like where they peaked at that sound, and then after this they kept trying to do this album again. You know, The Sickness, Believe, 10,000 Fists, Indestructible. It's good stuff. I mean, first album, like, come on, Down with the Sickness. I mean, it's corny now, but come on, it's a fun song. The Game, Stupefy, come on. It's good shit. Believe, I think most people say this is their worst album, but I don't know, it's got a couple good tracks like Prayer, Liberate, Rise, you know, it's not bad. 10,000 Fists has Stricken on it, of course. Just Stop, I think, is on this one too. That's a pretty popular one. It's an alright album. And Indestructible, they really peaked here, in my opinion. They really peaked on this album, in my opinion. I mean, the album art's like super corny. But MySpace, they have a MySpace link on the back. But yeah, I mean, it's good shit. Indestructible, Inside the Fire, The Night. I think I might actually re-listen to this one. It's actually a really good album. Then Asylum. They basically just tried to do the same thing again, and then they put out that Sound of Silence shit. I don't know. I think David Draymond's a good singer. It just like he's more suited to like rock. You know, when he tried to do like that fucking cover of Sound of Silence, like he doesn't have a good ballad voice. You know. We got more D's to get through. I know. We got some Dragon Force. Fuck yeah. Inhuman Rampage and Ultra Beatdown. These are the ones I have. These are the third and fourth albums. The first two are pretty good too. I like the original singer on these albums. I kind of stopped following them after they got a new singer. But yeah, it's good stuff. You know, power metal. Just crazy solos. You know, singing about being so far away. You know. You know, going Storming the Burning Fields with Operation Ground and Pound, Body Breakdown. That's a good track, actually. And then, you know, The Heroes of Our Time, where the fires still burn with Reasons to Live, and A Flame for Freedom, Inside the Winter Storm. These fucking titles, bro. Yeah, I don't know. Power metal's fun. It's a little corny, but it's fun. Dream Child. I picked this one up on a whim one day when I saw the awesome cover art in the record store. It was like $2. I actually listened to this not that long ago just because I was going through my CDs and I'm like, what the fuck is this? This sounds like Symphony X, but not good. That's the best way I could describe this sound. It's like power metal masquerading as prog metal, but not that good. So, yeah. It's like Symphony X, but bad. I think that they actually had one other album. I looked them up on the Metal Archives. Is this on Metal Blade? Get out of here. Maybe you can get it on Metal Blade still. Oh, nice. We got some Fetus. Some Dying Fetus. Fucking love Dying Fetus. I'm not that big into like old school death metal, but Dying Fetus, I fuck with this shit, bro. So far I have Purification Through Violence, which is my favorite. Stop at Nothing. Destroy the Opposition, which out of order. And Descend into Depravity, which is one of their newer ones. No, not that new anymore. But yeah, Purification Through Violence. Oh man, I love this album. It's got like elements of like hardcore mixed in. I guess I could kind of call this like sort of a proto-deathcore album. You know, if I'd be so bold, maybe slam a little bit, but this shit is good. The rest are really good too. Like I like all their stuff, but this album, bro, oof. Fortunately, it's in the goddamn fucking digipack. But it's a pack, not a sleeve. Yeah, and this is really good too. This one they have a different vocalist on, I think. Yeah, they actually have like a lead vocalist on this one. Gives it a bit of a different sound. It's one of their newer ones. I think this is a censored cover. Pretty sure the other cover, it's got this dude like headshot and a priest. Maybe it's on the inside. Yeah, it's on the inside. Okay. I don't think I can show that, even though it looks really fake. Just in case. Alright, we got a couple of E's. I guess we can get through those real quick. I got Emmure, the Respect issue, signed. I actually met the band. They were nice, actually. It's the one and only Emmure album I have. Their first one's actually pretty good. This is kind of when they started just do the zeros and ones, and then after that it was just like all fucking binary code. And then after this, they kind of got like really edgelord with the fucking Columbine t-shirt. But yeah, this is before I knew how to properly get shit signed. I will show you how to properly get shit signed when we get to some of my later albums. But what you want to do, I'll fucking tell you now. What you want to do is take this out, take this part out, and then get them to sign here. Then put this back on, so that way it's underneath the, I guess it's not glass, it's plexiglass, plastic. It's underneath the plastic, so that way they don't get smudged or ruined, and you still have a clean cover. But I got it signed on the front this time. I don't know. Maybe I'll sell it. I don't know. I'm not really that big into Emmure, but they were pretty chill, at least back then in 2008, 2009. 2008. Yeah, I was a teenager. I'm fucking old. Eric Johnson, Avia Musicum. You know, kind of a shred guitarist, virtuoso guy. Cliffs of Dover. You guys probably know that. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of mellow. It's not bad. It's good stuff. Just guitar music. Not much to say. Flesh God Apocalypse. This is Labyrinth. I need more of their stuff. These guys are kind of like blackened symphonic death metal. Yeah. Again, not really a genre guy. Just trying to give you an idea of what it sounds like. But yeah. Cool cover. Usually I don't like those more simplistic covers like this, but it's got a whole labyrinth, right? And I saw these guys live once. I told you earlier, and this has a hole in it. What the fuck? I think that means that it's a promo copy. So I probably paid for a promo copy at some point. Probably got it cheap though. Anyway, yeah, I did see them live once with opening for All Shall Perish and Carnifex. Good shit. Speaking of Christian metal, like I spoke earlier, For Today, Portraits. I'm not really into, like, religion or anything, but, you know, at least these guys actually fucking believe in what they're saying, you know? But this album is fucking heavy, bro. These breakdowns fucking hit. They're good live, too, even though they preach between songs. Which, you know, whatever, honestly. But... yeah, Saul of Tarsus. That song is fun to play on guitar. I learned how to play that one. It's a good one for like intermediate players. What's the one? Was that Emmanuel? Was that the one that's like, "You're not alone"? I like that one. It's got a good melody to it. I like a little bit of melody in there. The last track's like just straight up Christian rock song, but the rest of it, really good. Actually, speaking of that last track, there was one video that was kind of cool. It was like a Christian music festival. I just came across it one day where they lost power except the one guitar. So they played that song and they had the crowd sing. It's pretty cool, you know? Pretty fucking cool, you know? Not religious or anything, but I thought that was kind of cool. And then I have this. This is Hammers. I don't know where I got this. Get Poison Records or when? I don't think I paid $10 for it though. I have no idea. I think this might just be the way I'm looking at it, this looks like a kind of Hammer's EP by Dave Hammer. This might be like kind of that new wave of British heavy metal revival stuff, like from that like early 2000s era. If you guys remember that whole movement, I guess you could call it. I have no idea. I don't know. I just have it. Why not? I don't have any G bands. I just realized I don't have any G bands. I have no Gorgoroth. Come on, pathetic. If Hope Dies. I was on Hell's Headbangers one day, putting in an order, and this stuck out like a sore thumb because they don't really carry too much metalcore or hardcore. So I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, yeah, it's metalcore. It's pretty good stuff. Anthem for the Unemployed. Oh, Unemployable. That's a good track. Yeah, straight up metalcore, heavy, no singing. All right, and then we're gonna get into the eyes in a second after I take a little break and get some water in my throat. I'm sure you're tired of hearing my coarse voice. Maybe not my coarse language. Sorry, this is what happens when I don't use a script. All right, moving right along, we got some In Flames. We got Horacle, which a lot of people consider the best album. I personally like Jester Race and Lunar Strain better. Obviously, I'm missing those, and Colony and Clayman, the good In Flames albums. I do like Up to Come Clarity, but then they put out this afterwards, so I like everything up to this one. This one I don't really like. I walked into the record store one day, saw New In Flames in 2008, back when I used to regularly visit the record store to see what's new out there because you couldn't just stream the album before you bought it. You just had to go off the singles, and yeah, this one's not that good. But going back to Horacle, this one's fucking classic, bro. This is like essential melodic death metal. A lot of people consider this their best album. Again, I wouldn't. I do like some of the stuff they did after Clayman. I liked Soundtrack to Your Escape was alright. What the hell was the other one? Reroute to Remain. I actually really liked that one. And Come Clarity was very good. And then they put this out and became a shit band. And then everything after this, including most of this, has been kind of shit. They got Chris Broderick in the band now. I don't know. I haven't really listened to Foregone, which was their last album. I've heard people say, like, oh no, they're actually good again, but I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, the first like 5 albums, any day of the week, I could put that shit on. I mean, come on. Jotun, Food for the Gods, Gyroscope, Dialogue with the Stars, bro. Dialogue with the fucking stars. Morphing into Primal. Episode 666. Which, by the way, fun fact about this 2020-something reissue. Which, you know, check this out. See, the lyrics for Morphing into Primal and Episode 666 are exactly the same. They printed the Morphing into Primal lyrics 2 times. I mean, it's not like you can actually fucking read them with the shitty font they picked, but you think by the 2020-something reissue of this 1997 album? 97? 98 maybe? Yeah, 2021 reissue of this, I guess 97, I want to say. They would have fixed that, but no. And this one's pretty bad. I do like Mirror's Truth, and actually Alias is a really good song, but the rest, not so much. Then they fell off, and fuck that band. Yeah, I was not feeling anything after that. Got a little bit of Incantation here. Old school death metal. Picked it up for cheap. I don't know. I listened to them like each one time, and like I wasn't really impressed. I don't know, a little doomy at times. Kind of got a little boring and repetitive in some segments. Maybe I'll give them another shot. I think these are like their weaker albums, but I do like this ridiculous artwork. A lot of cringy, like, I love Satan, down with Jesus lyrics. Like, this is cool, though. See? I like the slip covers when the art's different. But I actually prefer the slipcover art in this case. I don't know. I just like lines. What can I say? But, yeah, it's alright, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'll pick up some more of their stuff at some point if I see it cheap, you know? Maybe. I'll give it another shot at some point. Next up, we got my Maiden, Iron Maiden Killers. Skip all the way up to Somewhere in Time because I don't have Number of the Beast or Peace of Mind. The very overrated Power Slave. I will talk about that in a minute. The X Factor and A Matter of Life and Death. These are the mains I have at the moment. I do want to pick up basically all of them before this. What was it? Senjutsu? Final Frontier. That one kind of sucked. Book of Souls is pretty good. Self-Titled is probably my favorite overall. I don't know. I just like this one. I mean, Prowler, Running Free, Phantom of the Opera, Strange World, Iron Maiden. I think the only weak track on this is Charlotte the Harlot. Sounds like my kind of girl. Killers. I think Killers is actually worse of the two Paul Di'Anno albums. Rest in peace. But it does have Rat Child and Murders in the Rue Morgue. So, there's that. It does have a better album cover, too. I used to have this sick Iron Maiden Killer shirt where it's like all inverted. It was all like white lines. It's pretty cool. But, aged. I do need to pick up Number of the Beast, Peace of Mind, and Seventh Son of a Seventh Son to complete the 80s Dickinson set. But this is my favorite 80s Dickinson era, Somewhere in Time. This is probably my second favorite Maiden album. This is the one and only Blaze Bayley era album I have. I think it's the better of the two. Sign of the Cross. I mean, that's about it. That's like the only good song on there. Matter of Life and Death. That's we're going out of order. I skipped over Power Slave. Power Slave. I think this is a good album. Okay, I don't think it's a bad album. I just think this album is very overhyped and overrated. I mean, it has Aces High and 2 Minutes to Midnight, but the rest of it, not so much. I think Rime of the Ancient Mariner is way too long, like way too fucking long for how repetitive that song is. I think Power Slave isn't that great of a song. Flash of the Blade, it's alright, I mean, the rest of the tracks, they don't really stand out too much. I think it's a decent album, alright? But I think it's really overrated. It's probably the worst of the 80s. Probably before Killers, though. I think Killers might actually be their worst 80s output, but I think this is their worst with Dickinson from the 80s. And then Matter of Life and Death. This one has a Different World. And then, the Reincarnation of Benjamin Brieg. Remember that track? I liked Dance of Death and Brave New World better from that, I guess you'd call it the reunion era. And then now they're in the old man era. Didn't Nico McBrain, didn't he die? Or he quit the band or something. Anyway, we got some Lathora, The Light in Which We All Burn. This is kind of like, I guess, death metal? I don't know. I haven't listened to this in a long time. But, cool cover. We got My Lamb of God, which is kind of lacking. I do need to get some more Lamb of God. We got my favorite, New American Gospel. Yes, the first one's my favorite. And Ashes of the Wake, the classic. I am missing As the Palaces Burn and Sacrament. And obviously Burn the Priest. I'm missing that too. Rat's pretty good. I do want to pick that one up eventually. But after that, I don't really care. I liked the single off of Resolution, but the whole album didn't do it for me. Then the German one, he was singing, what the fuck are they doing? And now they kicked Chris Adler out of the band for some reason because they're dicks. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, Ashes of the Wake's a classic for a reason. I mean, come on, Laid to Rest. Now You Got Something to Die For. Hourglass. Faded Line, one of my favorite tracks by them. Blood of the Scribe. Omerta. Break You. I fucking love that song. You taught me hate, I'll teach you fear. Son of a bitch, I'm going to break you. Yeah, I mean, bangers, but I love New American Gospel. Black Label. Fucking Terror and Hubris in the House of Frank Pollard. The Subtle Art of Murder and Persuasion is such a good song, bro. That is such a good song. Bangers. Bangers on that album. Way heavier than all the other stuff they did. It got a little bit more melodic after that. Life Once Lost, Hunter. Haven't listened to this in forever. I think it's metalcore. Ferret. Yeah, so it's probably metalcore. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta throw it on. Seriously, I've not listened to that for years. Speaking of metalcore, Killswitch Engage, Alive or Just Breathing, my favorite Killswitch album. I do actually prefer Jesse over Howard, but they're both great. I don't know. More specifically, I prefer Jesse's clean vocals, but I do like Howard's screams more. which I don't know why they don't just have two singers. Like, imagine the vocal harmonies they could do. Like, dude, those guys are both great vocalists. Like, just have two singers, bro. It'd be fucking awesome. You're big enough. You can pay them both, right? But yeah, Life of Just Breathe. Number Day, Self-Revolution. Okay, what the fuck? Number Day, Self-Revolution. Fixation on the Darkness. My Last Serenade. Life the Lifeless. Just Barely Breathing. And then the second half of the album, which is weaker than the first half. But yeah, those first couple tracks, oof, bangers. I do like, I was never that big into Killswitch, but I do need to pick up End of Heartache and As Daylight Dies. I do like those albums. And then after Jesse came back, I don't know, they just haven't been that great. I don't know, I don't really like the newer stuff too much. But then again, I was never that big into them. I did like them, you know, but it was never like, oh, dude, fucking Killswitch. You know, I was like, oh, hey, it's Killswitch. All right, cool. But next up, we got a band that I'm like, oh, cool, fucking King Diamond. Hell yeah. We got some King Diamond. I definitely need to pick up the rest of his stuff because I fucking love King Diamond. Mainly Andy LaRocque's guitar playing, but, you know, the King is cool. We got the Two from the Vault of Fatal Portrait and Abigail. Fatal Portrait's pretty good, but Abigail, that's the classic. That one and Them. I'm missing Them, which is ridiculous. Like, come on, what the fuck? But yeah, gotta have it. I got Conspiracy. This is his fourth album. The sequel to Them. If you don't know, he makes concept albums, usually telling a story. This is a weird kind of thing that Metal Blade did. I didn't really even know this was it was actually a recent pickup. I didn't know this was the thing they were doing. They're like doing this recreation of the vinyl, like how it would open in a vinyl with the CD, which I kind of fucking hate because it's a digi-sleeve. And also, look at this shit. Look at it. Look at how the height is higher. Look at this. When I put it in my shelf, it sticks out and fucking makes me angry. All right, let me calm down here. But yeah, I don't like that. But it does have like a full lyric sheet that I'm not going to take out because I recently got it, so it's not broken in enough. Also, yeah, it looked great over time. It looks cool now. It looks good, nice and glossy, but over time it's going to look like shit. But hey, Conspiracy, love that album. Direct sequel to Them. The Graveyard, this is my favorite King Diamond album, I think. It's definitely up there. Underrated album. Yeah, it's about King Diamond going crazy and getting revenge on a PDF file. So, hey, anything that has lyrics about killing PDF files, I'm all about. But, yeah, really like this one. Lots of really good riffs on this one. Like, the riffs on this one are fucking bangers. Black Hill Sanitarium. Oh, Heads on the Wall. That's a good, like, more melodic one. I'm Not a Stranger. Meet Me at Midnight. Oh, that shit goes hard. That shit goes fucking hard. Yeah. Glad I got to see him, like, 2 times. If he comes back around, I don't know, he's getting old, but this was his last album in 2007, Give Me Your Soul, Please, which is basically about, like, he's being haunted by the spirit of a murdered little girl trying to get a clean soul for her brother who is innocent and is going to be condemned to hell. Yeah, so that's the premise of the story. This one is really good. It's got some really good riffs. Like Never Ending Hill, that's a banger. Shapes of Black, Cold as Ice. Floating Head. Oh, that riff, that it's very chuggy. But yeah, Give Me Your Soul, that chorus. I'm not gonna sing it because I can't sing that high. But this was really good. Then he got sick for a long time. He had have triple bypass surgery and all that. But luckily he got healthy again. He quit smoking, which is kind of crazy to know that he was a smoker. And he's singing this high, right? But, yeah, now he's back. He was going to put out an album, I think, like, maybe 2 years ago. He put out, like, a single. It's going to be, like, a double album, but then he just kind of disappeared. I actually have this. This is live Blu-ray. Yeah. What the hell is it called? Songs for the Dead Live, which is 2 different shows of the exact same set. Which, I don't know, when you put different sets, but whatever. But yeah, it's kind of cool. They put out this when he came back and then nothing else. But yeah, it's good shit. And the last of the K's, I think. Yeah, the last of the K's, Korn. Greatest hits. I do like Korn. I think the greatest hits might be all I need, though. So yeah, A little bit of new metal. Why not? It's fun. You know, y'all want a single? Fuck that. Love that track. Oh yeah, that's right. Word Up. They did a cover. Word Up. Right Now, Did My Time. Alone at Break. Here to Stay. Falling Away From Me. Got the Life. Freak on a Leash. Adidas. Blind. Come on. Good shit. All right. And then I'm going to go grab the next section here. Give me a second. All right. We're back with more CDs. Oh boy. And we got the first 3 Machine Head albums. I don't know. I got them cheap one day. I don't know. Machine Head are alright. I don't know. They're good live. You ever see them live? They fucking kill it live. But listening to their actual albums, at least their earlier stuff, their later stuff got a lot better. But I don't know. I mean, the first album's got Davidian and Old. Those are good, but like, I don't know. It kind of feels like industrial new metal, a little bit of Pantera worship. I don't know. All right. I do have them though, so maybe I'll throw them on again, and maybe I'll change my opinion. That happens sometimes, once in a while. Like I'll change my opinion on something if I haven't heard it in a long time. I was like, I don't really like that back then, but now I do. It's like Trivium. I used to really not be a fan, but then I heard some of their songs pop up on like my Spotify or something. Like, actually, Trivium's not that bad. At least their old stuff before they became full Metallica worship. All right. Anyway, we got some Make a Change, Kill Yourself. Some really good DSBM. Yeah. Title speaks for itself. Really depressive. Really atmospheric. Just music to zone out to. You know. I know people like to hear this music and they're like, oh my god, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Like, you don't get it, man. It's like, it's comforting. This is how I would describe this genre. But yeah, this one, what the hell is the name of this one? This is 2. Yeah, it's just I. This one, Life Revisited, is the one to get. And this one is Free. It's good shit. They do have 2 more albums, like 2 more albums, or is it 2? No, maybe it's 2 more albums. It's either 2 more or 2 more. I can't remember. I think it's 2 more. But those haven't been re-released. These are actually the Hell's Headbangers re-releases, or Northern Silence. Yeah, and they're distributed on Hell's Headbanger. Actually, wait a minute. This is limited to 500 copies. What about this one? Yeah, both of them are limited to 500 copies. I don't think they ever re-released the other 2, though. So, I don't know. If you come across them, and give them to me. But yeah, it's some good stuff, man. The Mandrake. The Burning Horizon at the End of Dawn. What the fuck is this? It's really good, like, kind of mellow death. I don't know. It's heavy, and it's fast, and it's melodic. And it's got a terrible album cover, which is why I picked it up. Saw it in the record store one day, was like, what the fuck is this? Bought it, listened to it. Really good. I don't know. Are these guys on Metal Archives? Okay, here we go. They are black metal, early melodic death metal with doom influences later. That is what they're being called on Metal Archives. Apparently they're still together. But they haven't put out an album since 2009. Okay. But yeah, terrible album cover. Really good music, though. This is a one-and-done kind of band. I actually saw them live when they were touring. They opened for Sworn Enemy, which is a hardcore band, which actually I don't have any of their stuff. I do at least need their first album. But yeah, these guys are like thrash revival, I guess you can call it, from that like early to mid-2000s era when there were like a bunch of thrash revival bands. Kind of like Kill 'Em All era Metallica. It's good shit, actually. If you're looking for like thrash metal that sounds like Kill 'Em All era Metallica, but a little bit more technical, yeah, check these guys out. I think they actually reformed recently, which is crazy, but yeah, it's good stuff. We got this little sleeve of Maxime Taccardi, the artist who makes a lot of black metal album covers and various other album covers. Does a lot of cool stuff. Actually, I have some of his art on my wall. Chill dude. I already covered him on the channel in the past. I actually reviewed the book that this came with, or one of his other books. But yeah, it's like a compilation disc of all of his various projects, most famously known KFR. There's also other bands that I can't read. But yeah, this came with one of his art books. So, yeah, it's good to have. Megadeth was sort of the first band that got me into like heavy metal music, heavier music. I heard like rock, like Led Zeppelin, Rolling Stones, that kind of stuff before. But Megadeth, that was opened a whole new world. So I got Killing Is My Business, Peace Sells. These are the 2004 remasters that a lot of people hate, but you gotta understand these are the versions I grew up with, so it doesn't really bother me too much. But yeah, listening to the original versions, the pre-remastered versions, yeah, they definitely sound different. I guess it depends on your taste. But then we got So Far So Good So What. Then we got Rust in Peace, of course. Then we got Countdown to Extinction, of course. Then we got Euthanasia, my favorite. Then we got Hidden Treasures. Yeah, this is the EP of like B-sides and songs they did for movies and stuff, a couple covers. Then Cryptic Writings, and everyone's favorite, Risk, and then everyone's favorite, The World Needs a Hero. I think that album's objectively worse. We got this live album, Unplugged in Boston. This is the acoustic set they did. Then we got System Has Failed. Then we got Greatest Hits. This is actually the first CD I ever got, way back. And we got United Abominations. And we got Endgame. And we got Rust in Peace Live. I actually saw them twice on this tour. And we got 13, which was a motherfucker to track down. Like, seriously, I don't know why I couldn't find this CD. I had to pay, like, extra on Discogs for this. This is actually the original release. They did do remasters in 2019, or reissues. But for some reason, 13 was missing everywhere I looked. Then we got Countdown to Extinction Live. I actually did see them on this tour. Then we got Super Collider, everyone's favorite. Then we got Dystopia. You gotta say it like that. And we got, of course, The Sick, the Dying, and the Dead. Their newest one, which is pretty damn good. So, yeah, big Megadeth fan. Love Megadeth. Favorite of the big four. What can I say? Dave Mustaine. One of my guitar heroes, one of the guys that inspired me to pick up a guitar for the first time. Quick rank. All right, let's do a quick rank. Quick rank. All right, from best to worst. Where is it? Where's the best? Best to worst. All right, it's a little out of order now. Euthanasia. That one's my favorite. Then, oh man, this is gonna take a minute. And put that over there. Fix it later. That's going at the end. That's definitely at the end. That's towards the end. That's the worst one. And I put, where is it? No, not that one. Peace Sells. Then Rust in Peace. I know it's not number one. What? It's still a great album. I know why a lot of people say it's their best one, but it's not my favorite. Then I'd put probably Countdown to Extinction. And probably, actually, this is going to be a hot take, one of their newer ones, Endgame. Then, Killing Is My Business. Then, no, that's towards the end. Okay, then, let's see. Oh, not counting Hidden Treasures. Then after that, I'd put, actually, System Has Failed. Yes, underrated album, in my opinion. Then, So Far So Good So What. Then United Abominations. Then Cryptic Writings. Then Dystopia. Then Sick, Dying, and Dead. I probably just need more time with that one. I'm out of frame. Then 13. Yeah, 13. Then Risk, actually. I think Risk is actually not that bad of an album. Then World Needs a Hero. Then, to no one's surprise, Super Collider. That's my rank. Okay. We're going to move on to the next set. All right, next up, we got Merciful Fate. Here's my Merciful Fate collection. I only got 3 CDs, or technically 5. We got Melissa and the Beginning, of course. Melissa, classic. Evil, Curse of the Pharaohs, Into the Coven. Satan's Fall, Melissa. Satan's Fall is one of my favorite Merciful Fate songs. We got Don't Break the Oath and Return of the Vampire. Don't Break the Oath, goddamn classic. Everybody needs it in their collection. Dangerous Meeting, Nightmare, Desecration of Souls, Welcome Princes of Hell to One Far Away, Come to the Sabbath, come on. And then like Return of the Vampire in the beginning, they're kind of like compilations of like demos and EPs and stuff from like the early days. I don't know, something like that. And then I have Time, which is just the one random album I have from after the two classics, which this one has Witches Dance and the Mad Arab on it. Do want to pick up, I think it's In the Shadows, whichever one has Uninvited Guests on it. That one's a banger. Excuse me. That one's good. It's good music. Music is good. I like music. I've been doing this video for too long. Alright, next up we got my little chunk of Metallica. Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, Black Album. Yeah, I'm missing Kill 'Em All and Justice for All, and I do want to pick up Load and Reload. I actually like those albums, but after that, that's enough Metallica. Actually, the S&M album's pretty cool, and Garaging's pretty cool too, but it's Metallica. Enough said. You know, do I even need to go into detail? Alright, we got a cool one here. This is Magua with Exercises in Futility. This is a black metal band, atmospheric black metal band that's like really fucking good, from Poland. I think the name means fog in Polish. This shit is fucking great. This is like some of the best atmospheric black metal I've ever heard. I guess it's kind of depressive. I don't know what subgenre it is. Just, yeah, very simplistic packaging. All the song titles are just numbered. If you actually read these fucking lyrics, bro, this shit is hard, bro. This is some hard goddamn lyrics. Listen to the track, is it 5? What isn't that shit right here? Let me do a little reading for you. Blessed be the tailors, the masks are cut to fit. Blessed be the woodworkers, the crosses and the gallows. Blessed be the forgers of iron and the spikes and the barbed wire. Blessed be the stonecutters. It took a quarry to bury the dreams. Like, goddamn. Shit hits hard. You gotta read along to the lyrics, though, because even though it's in English, the guy's got a Polish accent. There's actually a lyric video for track 5 on YouTube that's got like 5 million views. So, you might have heard of these guys, but it's good shit. Especially if you like black metal. What do we got next? Mortals, recent pickup. This is actually really fucking good. This is an all-female band, if you care about that kind of thing. 3-piece, actually. They do kind of like blackened sludge metal, is the best way I could describe it. It's really fucking good, actually. I love this artwork. I'm a sucker for anything that looks like this. Anything that's all black and white like this. But yeah, this is some really, really fucking good shit. Forgive me, for I must swear. What's a good standout track from here? Let me see the song titles again. Yeah, that one. Series of Decay. Check that track out. But yeah, really cool. Artwork extends around too. I kind of love that. I love when the artwork extends. But yeah, gotta try to hunt down more of their stuff. I think they got an EP and another album. Not sure if they're still around, but it's good stuff. Got a little bit of rap. Nas, Illmatic, classic. Well, what's there to say? New York State of Mind, Life's a Bitch, and Then You Die. The World Is Yours, Halftime. Represent. Come on. Fucking banger after banger. One of the best, like, rap debuts of all time. I do need some more of his stuff, though. I do like Nas. I do like a bit of rap, you know. It's not all fucking brutal death metal or technical death metal like Necrophagist here, which the CD's actually in the player. I put it on for the first time in a long time over there. This is the one with Stab Wound, Epitaph. I think it's the second album, maybe the first album. I don't know. They only have 2 albums, and then the guy, the main songwriter, just disappeared. But come on, gotta have it. Not big on tech death, but Necrophagist, ooh. Gotta have Necrophagist. Then we got one of my favorite artists, solo artists, I guess, in the black metal world. This guy, Netra. This is the one French dude, does all the instruments. He kind of mixes atmospheric black metal with trip hop and jazz, and it sounds like it doesn't work, but he makes it work. This guy's good at music. Quick Rank, Sorbian's probably his best album. Then probably his first album, that's City Lights, the open Melancholy Urbaine. and then Ingrats, his last album, and then he disappeared. But they're all great. I really recommend this album. Listen to this whole album. I can't. This fucking dude. It's so good. It's so good. This one's really good too. Just listen to it, man. He actually has one more EP he did with a rap group, and it's basically atmospheric black metal meets dark hip hop, and it just works. It just works. Todd Howard. It just works. Painted in Exile, Revitalize. This is a really good prog metal band. They did put out an album. It took them like years to put out an album after this EP because they couldn't keep a consistent lineup. But yeah, I gotta hunt down that other album, the second album. But you guys might have heard of these guys. They're actually from around here, so maybe I'll be able to hunt down the full length they put out someday. Pink Floyd, Division Bell. I do have some Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd. I do want to get more Pink Floyd. Their last album, like official album, I guess they putting out like compilations and stuff, but like last album they actually made from '94. I mean, High Hopes, obviously that's the big standout. This whole album's great. What Do You Want From Me? What a great song. Like this whole fucking album. Pink Floyd, man. Come on. Gotta have it. Then we got my Rage Against the Machine collection. I have all 4 albums. I think they have a live album. I don't know. I'll pick it up if I see it cheap. But, yeah. I got the Christmas color variant of the Renegades. I mean, new metal, rap metal, whatever you want to call it. It's good. I mean, the lyrics are a little politically charged, but, you know, I don't really care about artist politics as long as the music's good. I mean, they kind of are rage on behalf of the machine these days, but I'm not going to get into that. If I'm going to rank them, self-titled, Battle of Los Angeles, Evil Empire, and then the covers album, which is basically a covers album. But yeah, the first album, so good. All right, moving on to the S's, which is probably my biggest chunk of collection because so many things start with S, only rivaled by A. Lots of A's and S's. We got some Santana. Yeah, I bet you weren't expecting that. This is Supernatural. This is actually considered, not to be confused with the TV show of the same name. Good show, though. I like that show. Kind of creepy Fujoshi-ass fan base, though. But I like the show. This was actually considered his comeback album from like 99. It's got Smooth. You definitely heard that one. Yeah. Maria. Come on. Santana. Gotta love him. I've seen him live like 2 times. Dude's high as a fucking kite. Alright, next we got some Sayor. This is an atmospheric black metal band from Scotland that merges together some traditional Scottish folk music, and it sounds incredible. This one, Aura. This is the one to get. But this is, I think this is the first one, Roots. They put out a couple more. I think they're on Season of Mist now. I actually ordered this way back from Northern Silence. Yeah. So, I think you can get them on Seasons of Mist now. But Sayor, man. I think it's Gaelic for free. I think that means free in Gaelic. I know it's a Gaelic word, but I think that's what it means. You know, fuck the English. Alright, my Irish blood agrees. Cunt. Or their actual name, See You Next Tuesday. Grindcore band. Picked it up for $2. I think everybody has the CD. Like, every metalhead probably picked this up for like $2 one day. It's like, no, that looks cool. Yeah, it's alright. Lots of samples. Standard grindcore. Nothing fancy. Shadows Fall, Retribution. This is the only Shadows Fall album I have. I need to get more. I definitely need War Within and Art of Balance. But, yeah, this is a really good album. This is actually my favorite album by them. And I got it signed. This is how you get it signed properly. Yeah, they actually played like an in-store kind of thing for the release of this. They actually played it in a record store, which usually those heavy bands don't play in a record store because, you know, people moshing and shit, but it was cool. It was kind of cool. They play like a mini set. Brian Fair, their singer, what a sweetheart. Oh my god. What a kind man. He made a point to shake everybody's hand. But yeah, good shit. I really like this one. My Demise, Still I Rise, War, King of Nothing. This whole album, start to finish. This is probably my favorite one by them, actually. It's the only one I own, but it's probably my favorite. They're coming back, too. I saw they put out a single. They're going to put out an album later this year. That's fucking crazy. They've been broken up for years, and they're like, let's come back. Shai Hulud, little hardcore, 3-track EP. I think this is their first one. Profound Hatred of Man. I don't know. Probably like $1. Picked it up. Why not? I need a little hardcore every now and again. I don't know. I like it when it's mixed with stuff. But, a little straight up hardcore every now and again doesn't hurt. Skeleton Witch, Beyond the Permafrost, blackened thrash metal. This is their first album. Probably their best album, too. They put out quite a few more that are still really good, but I don't think they're ever going to top this one. Upon Wings of Black, title track. Soul Thrash and Black Sorcery. That's probably the first track I heard from them. Yeah, Within My Blood. That song is good. That is a good fucking song. Alright, what's next? Oh. This is the only Slayer album I own, World Painted Blood. This is probably their worst, if not their second worst album. Those last 2 albums they put out, terrible. Why is this the only Slayer album I own? I don't know. I don't know. I was never that big into Slayer. I like God Hates Us All. It's probably my favorite album by them, which I know it's blasphemy. Like, that's not thrash metal. They were like doing like metalcore almost on that album, which, I mean, like, yeah, I think it worked out for them. But, yeah, I don't know. I was never huge into Slayer. Probably pick up some of their stuff eventually, though. Classics, More of a Megadeth guy. Soilwork, Stabbing the Drama. I remember I was going through my CDs way back. I found this, was like, didn't remember picking it up ever. Put it on not that long ago. Ended up loving this album. I got to check out their other stuff, but apparently this is their worst received album, I think, from the fans. I was looking like through some of the discography. I guess it's kind of like metalcore sounding, or metalcore adjacent. These guys are more like prog metal. Listen to the track Nerve. That's a really good track. But yeah, I gotta get more Soilwork. That band's good. Got some Solipsism. This is Cruelty and Necrospection. Some atmospheric black metal. Yeah. From Hell's Headbangers. I don't know. It's pretty standard stuff. It's nothing fancy. I don't know. Well, I think that's a one and done project. Soundgarden. You weren't expecting that, were you? This is Bad Motorfinger. Like $1 in the record store. I had Rusty Cage on it. That's why I picked it up. The rest of the album's alright. Yeah, just Rusty Cage is probably the big standout track. So yeah, Soundgarden. I do like Soundgarden. I like a little bit of grunge. I like Alice in Chains, Soundgarden. Nirvana's alright. I can't stand Pearl Jam, though. I hate Pearl Jam. I don't know. I just don't like Eddie Vedder's vocals. I don't know. Other big grunge bands. Stone Temple Pilots. They're alright. Soulfly. Primitive. One of the greatest nu metal albums ever. Everyone needs this. I need more Soulfly. Definitely the self-titled for sure. I mean, come on. Back to the Primitive. Fucking bring it. Jump the fuck up. Oh my god, this fucking album. I want to put it on right now. I think I might actually. So much energy in that album. Max Cavalera, formerly of Sepultura, doing his nu metal band. Strapping Young Lad. Oh yeah. This is weird. So I actually bought this in the record store. And this is supposed to be Alien. But when I opened it, this was in here. So it did have Alien. But it also had a loose copy of The New Black, which is cool. I don't think I've ever listened to this. Or maybe I haven't listened to it in years. But that's kind of cool. You got a free CD. But also, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? You know what I mean? I don't know. Pick up a different copy in there. Shitstorms on that one. I don't know. Never that big into Devin Townsend stuff. I like his solo project a little bit better. I mean, he's kind of cool. Got some brutal death metal, Suffocation. I only have 4 minutes left. Damn, I just charged this thing. I gotta wrap this up real quick and then recharge this. Some Suffocation. This is Blood Oath. This is one of our later albums from like 2009. It's good shit. Dismal Dream. That's definitely a standout on this album. Yeah, Suffocation. Only got a couple minutes left here before my camera dies. Suicide Silence, The Cleansing, classic deathcore. I think this album's a little too long though for what it is. Maybe cut it by like 2 or 3 tracks. You know, obviously No Pity for a Coward, classic, Unanswered, Hands of a Killer, Price of Beauty. Good shit. Never always liked All Shall Perish more though. Seen them live 2 times with Mitch though. Rest in peace. You got this band's called Suppressed Theory. This is some local metalcore from way back in the day. These guys were good. Kind of wish they stuck around. Think they could have been something. But yeah, 1 EP, done. A lot of local bands, they do that. They put out 1 EP and then they call it quits. Pathetic. Symphony X, we got 5, the New Mythology Suite, and The Odyssey. Need more Symphony X. Progressive power metal pretending to be prog. The Odyssey is my favorite. Definitely need more of their stuff. Alright, let me finish this stack before my camera dies. System of a Down. Remember what I said about my sister ripping the booklets out? Yeah, this is from her collection. Now it's mine. But, yeah, Toxicity. Come on. Fucking Toxicity. Testament, The Formation of Damnation, one of their better later albums. Never that big into Testament. Did like them, but I don't know. I'd rather listen to Slayer. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's pretty good. Anyway, we're done with that stack. We're going to charge up the camera and finish the last little bit. Okay, I just had to rush that out to charge the camera, but I forgot to mention, I actually got this signed. I met Testament. And, not going to lie, they were kind of dicks. Alex Skolnick was nice, but the rest of the guys, they didn't even, like, look at anybody. Especially Chuck Billy. That guy was like, I don't know, man. Like, at least say, like, hey, how you doing, you know? Like, shit, nothing. Didn't even look up. But Alex Skolnick at least said hello to people. But, yeah. This is a good album, though. Pretty good band. I don't know. Not that big on the old school thrash too much. Outside of, like, the big 4, I guess. I don't know. Next, we got Texas in July. This is One Reality. This is their second album. Christian metalcore band, so like their lyrics are about how much they love Jesus and stuff. But you know what? Like I said earlier, at least they actually fucking believe in what they're saying. Unlike all those I love Satan bands. Like, come on, shut the fuck up, bitch. Anyway, Magnolia, banger track. I like this album a lot actually. No Greater Love's a really good track, even the part where he starts preaching. One Reality, title track. Thousand Lies. This is a really good album, actually. If you ever heard of I the Breather, it sounds kind of similar to that. A little bit more. The vocalist kind of screams with a tone. It's kind of like Gent before Gent, you know, with that kind of like tone. Didn't really do the polyrhythms yet and kind of ruined the entire core scene, in my opinion. I like the metalcore, deathcore. I like that scene up until the Gent guys came along and fucking ruined everything. Fucking Periphery. I saw Periphery back when they were brand new, and I was like, this band fucking sucks. And like, I don't know, the tone snobs, they just took over the entire genre. Anyway, speaking about bands that don't care about tone really and just want to build atmosphere and make good music, I like Suicide Depression, one of the best black metal DSBM demos ever, in my opinion. I never did get their full length, No More Shall Dawn. Was that the name of it, or was that the name of the lead single? But anyway, Die Light is really good. It's from Pest Productions. I've only bought from them once because it takes forever to get here, plus you have to be home, at least here in the United States, to like sign something because this is based in China. And, yeah, I think the guy's actually, like, illegally running the label in China. I don't think it's allowed outside of, the CCP or something. I don't know. I'm an American, all right? We practice capitalism around these parts, brother. We got Thy Will Be Done. It's kind of like a sludge metal band, a little bit of Pantera Worship. Saw these guys live, back when they were around. I think they have 2 albums. It's alright, I don't know. They were good live. I picked up the CD at one of their shows, so yeah. It's alright. We got a little bit of Unearth. Love these guys. I only have 2 albums at the moment. Definitely do want to pick up the rest of their stuff, but I got In the Eyes of Fire. It hasn't been played in a long time. Wow, okay, hold on. Give me a second. Damn, that... I mean, yeah, it's an alright album. It's not my favorite. My favorite's actually probably The March, the album they put out after that. But In the Eyes of Fire, I mean, Glorious Nightmares and Giles are probably the standout tracks. Big Bear in the Hour of Chaos. That's a funny name. But, yeah, I mean, it's alright. This annoys the shit out of me, though. Look at this. You see that? Oh, look at that. Do you see what I'm seeing? You see how this is upside down? Fucking pisses me off. But, yeah. The March. Oh, dude, this fucking album, bro. Listen to this a million times. This is their best album. Lots of crazy guitar solos, sick breakdowns, you know, good riffs. This has a hidden track. You guys remember hidden tracks? Yeah, nobody does that anymore because, well, everything's streaming. Upon a Burning Body, The World Is Ours. Good deathcore. Well, they were good deathcore. This album, their second album, really good. And after that, the singer, pretended to be missing or something for a publicity stunt to promote their third album, where they stopped being a unique sounding or, really good technical deathcore band and started to be like, hey, let's just be Slipknot. And then, I don't know, I kind of stopped following them after that. Did hear one of their newer songs not that long ago, though. Not too bad. I don't know, maybe I'll give them another shot, but that third album really put me off to them. I got this one recently from that Relapse order I put in not that long ago. Yeah, Relapse. Valkyrie. This is Shadows. First of all, beautiful artwork. This is a side project, I think, of some of the guys in Baroness, and it kind of sounds like that, you know, kind of like that melodic doom, heavy metal, I guess rock. I guess you can call them a little bit more of a rock album. But this is good shit. I listened to this. This is really fucking good, actually. I dig this. I gotta check out more of their other albums and get a little bit more into Baroness, too. But yeah, I dig this. It's good stuff. We got one that I haven't played in forever. Holy shit, that's a lot of dust. White Wizard. These guys are kind of part of that new wave of British heavy metal revival movement that happened around the early 2000s, along with the thrash revival movement, which never really took off. Hopefully this MySpace deathcore revival that I've noticed is taken off, and bands will actually have riffs again and song structure, and not just let's just put a bunch of noises together and animal noises in the breakdown, and then we'll just make these super technical things that don't sound like fucking songs but just look good on Instagram, you know? Sorry, I really just hate what happened to deathcore over the last couple of years, deathcore and metalcore, from the Gent era to now. But I feel like it's starting to get back hey, maybe we should just write good songs instead of just try to look good for Instagram to see my fingers going crazy on the guitar, you know? That way people will actually click on it, you know, instead of actually making good music. That's a rant for another day. But yeah, this is kind of Maiden worship. I don't know. I think one of these guys got arrested for SA or something. Something like that happened. Don't quote me. But yeah. Maybe drugs? I don't remember. Winds of Plague. Decimate the Wag! Yeah. Not really a big Winds of Plague fan. More of a Bleeding Through guy. Kind of a similar sounding band. But this album fucks, bro. This album fucks. A Cold Day in Hell. Anthems of Apocalypse. What's the one song that's you wanna see us fail? Not today, motherfucker! It's just fun. It's fun. I've seen them live a few times. They're fun live, too. You know, they got a keyboardist, so they got a little bit of those symphonic elements in there. Witchery. This is Witchkrieg, which is a blackened thrash metal band. I don't know. I picked this up on a whim because of, on the back, guest solos from Hank Sherman and Andy LaRocque. Oh, and Kerry King. That's probably the worst track then. I don't like Kerry King's lead work. His riffs are good, but his lead guitar playing is I don't know, it's just come on, structure it a little bit, man. Of course, Andy LaRocque, one of my favorite guitarists ever. Gary Holt and Leah Altus. Gary Holt was Exodus, I think. Jim Durkin. What band was he in? I can't fucking remember. Oh man, this one's really dusty because I haven't played this since. Holy shit! I haven't played this since like, I don't know, last decade. Wolfmother, self-titled. Yeah, you guys remember this band? Rock band? Not rock band. Guitar Hero. Woman, you know? Woman! Woman! Australian band, I think. These guys are pretty alright. You know, kind of like Led Zeppelin worship a little bit. Joker and the Thief. You might have heard that song. It was in a couple of movies. Got some Wolves in the Throne Room, recent pickup. I do like Wolves in the Throne Room. I just don't like that they kind of fall into that hipster black metal genre with like Death Heaven. It's like one of those black metal bands that Anthony Fantano will like jerk himself off to. I know some of you know exactly what I mean when I say that. You know what I mean? The dudes in fucking flannels. You know? And got the funny, ironic facial hair, you know, those types. But, you know, fan bases aside, like, it's good shit. Atmospheric black metal, you know? It's one of their EPs. This is Crypts of Ancestral Knowledge. I'm not that familiar with their discography, but I listened to this just yesterday. It's good stuff. One of my favorite bands ever, which I need to pick up the rest of their CDs. What the fuck? But for now, I only have the Green Album by Woods of Ypres. Love this band. Black and doom metal with a little bit of goth rock mixed in, I guess I would call them. Like their earlier stuff's more black metal, later stuff's a little bit more doom, a little bit more goth rock. Dude, listen to this band. This album in particular. I don't know, it was one of those albums that like I found at the right time, you know what I mean? Rest in peace, David Gold. Gone too soon. Wonder what else he would have made. Guy was only like 30, died in a car accident. Oh man, why is this dusty? This is like one of the greatest hip-hop albums ever. I gotta put this on. Enter the Wu-Tang Clan. And of course, Jesus Christ, why is this dusty too? Well, it was on the bottom. Wu-Tang Forever. First two Wu-Tang albums. The first two Wu-Tang albums. I mean, I definitely need more rap in my collection. I do like rap. Well, old school rap, really. Like 90s stuff. But, yeah, and that's a wrap on my CD collection. I do have a couple, like, promos and samplers, but I think that's alright. I don't think I gotta show those. But, yeah. Love my CDs. Probably going to expand the collection. Hope you like this little bit of a different format, a different idea, something a little different. Don't worry. We'll be back to the Webcomics Iceberg next upload. And then, you know, art videos. I know that art fight thing's happening. Actually, somebody drew one of my characters with my Discord mods. I'll put on screen right now. Really cool stuff. Yeah, so check me out on Art Fight if you want to throw one my way. Maybe I'll hit you back, do a video for that this year. I did one last year too. And yeah, the Webcomics Iceberg, that's the next video. I'm still working on it. I don't know, I just felt kind of demotivated for making videos for a while. I thought it might be fun to try something different to get out of the funk. And yeah, I'm already feeling it. Looking forward to editing this, but kind of dreading it at the same time. But that's a good feeling. Anyway, by the time this video's out, I think Chapter 18 of Doomsayer's out. I only got one page and the cover left to do, so keep an eye out for that. I'll drop a pinned comment or something. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.